Mic check. All right, put a one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. You can hear the sound of my voice. Put a one in the chat. Hey. Oh my goodness. My coffee. Hey. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Let's go. This is a breaking news update in the case involving media. I'm going to have to put that mogul on her name, Tasha K. And the incredible, from my hometown, rap superstar Cardi B. But before I start and give you guys the breakdown of what happened today in court, I'm quite emotional right now. I'm quite emotional. But let me say this. I have to say this. Tasha K played the long game. And she was on the ropes. Cardi had her on the ropes today. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what anyone else is talking about, but I've been covering this case from the very beginning, and I've been reporting on it. And I got to be fair about it. Whatever the outcome of this case is, it is what it is. And people make decisions based on where they are in life. So you guys do remember there was reporting by myself and others. Some didn't get it accurate, but from what I'm told, I was the most accurate in the reporting of the story as relate to the assets being moved, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, my mother had an old saying: you can't get blood out of a turnip. No different than you can get money for someone that may not even have it fully yet. Oh, by the way, Megan Kuniff, we ain't forget about you. Today's Monday, but we'll get back to you, Megan Kuniff, the reporter who found it was foolishly necessary to bet on a trial she was covering for $500,000. But we ain't finished with you, Megan, because I think 50 got some plans for you. But 50 got some plans for you, but we can't even talk about that right now. But I want to get into this, and people are waiting for me to talk about that situation. I said what I said on Twitter about the foolish bet that Megan Kuniff made. Like, what the hell were you thinking about? Well, let's get into some things. So, ladies and gentlemen, today, Tasha K had to appear in front of the judge. She had to appear in front of the judge, and she had to appear with a plan. Hold on for a second. I got it. Shake, where were you at, Shake, no. Where were you at today, man? Where were you at? I'm sitting here waiting for you to pull up. Where were you at? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's all good. So Cardi's about to drop an album. She's kind of moving on in a lot of different things in her life. And is another saying: you don't throw good money into bad money. If anyone know what that means, is just put a one in the chat. You just don't throw good money into bad money. So Tasha obviously knew that today was an important day for her because the judge wanted everyone that need to be there to be there. So today, Tasha presented a plan, a revised plan, because she presented a previous plan that wasn't flying with Cardi B. It wasn't flying with her. So she presented another plan that Cardi accepted. Cardi accepted the plan based on a series of factors that you guys will know about real soon. But she accepted the plan. And Tasha pulled a rabbit out the hat today, ladies and gentlemen. She was able to convince Cardi B to accept this plan because it was getting hot in the kitchen. The reporters, it was getting hot in the kitchen. And I would just say that based on conversations that, quote unquote, the team has had, this is probably the best way to go about this. And mind you, ladies and gentlemen, I was one of the first ones that said that this lawsuit probably should have been resolved early on. And we could talk about that. But we're here now. There's a judgment. Tasha acknowledges that she owes Cardi. So what's going to happen is, now this is exclusive. So Tasha K will be paying Cardi B in a very comprehensive plan that is being monitored by the courts and others. And that plan will give Tasha K an opportunity to grow and to flourish without putting a chokehold on her businesses. Because if Tasha can't make money, Cardi can't get money. And no one wants to see that happen. Tasha played the long game. Very ingenious, I would say. Very ingenious, I would say. She played the long game and she wrote it. You know, she had the tenacity to endure the blows that were coming left and right from members of the press and others. So this plan, listen, if you listen, you're that man when the lead attorney long stroke you, let me long stroke you. So today, the plan was accepted, and Tasha K broke down in tears because she was happy that Cardi accepted the plan that was proposed. And these wasn't fake tears coming from a bottle, because you know security stopped you. They didn't let you bring liquids in the courtroom like that. But these were real tears. She broke down to Cardi's attorney and saying, thank you for allowing her, and I'm paraphrasing, to have an opportunity to make good on what she's owed. And I commend I commend Tasha K's team for coming up with the most practical plan that would be accepted by Cardi B. And I commend Cardi's team. Shout out to Lisa Moore and the entire team over there and her bankruptcy attorney, who was able to convince Cardi that this was the best thing moving forward. And as well as Tasha K, because I've seen Tasha K's growth since this situation's happened. She's more corporate. She's still messy now. I ain't gonna say we all got a little messy about ourselves, but she's still messy, and that's her brand. But she's also elevated to take it to the comedic world. So one of the things she cannot do, so you guys let me know if that happens, she cannot speak on Cardi B at all. She does that, all bets are off. All bets are off. And why should she need to at this point? Cardi has allowed her to springboard her career to where it's at because of this lawsuit. She didn't really allow it. It happened by way of her actions. But the point of the matter is, based on this plan that has been accepted by Cardi B, Tasha has a 5-year plan, to resolve a quarter of the what's owed to Cardi B. So, what does that look like? Tasha K will have to submit very detailed reports to the court and fulfill it. If she, shout out to Judge Gross as well, if she fails to do as the plan has outlined, there's a major problem. However, based on the numbers, we looked at the numbers. The numbers look, like she can do it. She's getting the bag, but she's willing to share the bag. So she doesn't have to run around hiding money no more. We know what all the money's at. We know what the money. I tell you, and all those people saying that she put money in Russia or Georgia, it was never in Russia. I don't know whoever reported that. That was not factual. I just didn't have the time to clean up someone else's mess. It was in Georgia, the state, not the country. She didn't put money into Russia, so that was false. It was totally false. It never happened. But the assets were still being located. And that's behind Tasha now. Hopefully, and she sticks with the plan. Well, let's just say they're family now. Someone said, does Tasha work for Cardi? Let's just say the long answer is yes. The short answer is no. So Tasha don't have to run around saying that she doesn't. We know you're the owner. You're the brains behind the business, Tasha. We knew this all. We knew it all along. But you don't have to. You don't have to fake the fun. You can run out there as a boss. You're a boss. You own your bossship. You're a boss. And this Cardi just wanted to get her money from the boss. You own it now. So I commend Tasha K for realizing that you can run, but you can't hide. And Cardi, and I'll just say this, ladies and gentlemen, for those who are saying Cardi should have just keep pounding on her. This costs money. You don't throw good money into bad money. Legal fees were mounting. One thing you learn in economics is if it doesn't make dollars, it don't make sense. So Cardi had the best team possible. But it's now time for Cardi to get her money. Everyone else ate. Tasha's eating. Lawyers are eating. Others are eating. But it's time for Cardi to eat from the situation. That's all, ladies and gentlemen. So when, don't go, listen, let me say this. It's over. This is over. It is over. I don't want to ever have to report in this story again. I don't want to ever have to report in the story again because I want to see Tasha K achieve her goals. Because no one wins. No one wins if she's not able to make money. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. And Cardi has a bunch of other stuff going on. And this here, when I say this here, has been a nightmare. And you guys have been following this case. You'll know that a lot has come out. A lot was said. But at the end of the day, life goes on. Life goes on. So for those who believe that Cardi did the right thing, let her know she did the right thing. She got bigger fish to fry. And so does Tasha. Tasha has, she has a bunch of stuff she got going on as well. Shout out to Chelsea. I'm just sorry. I'll just leave that there. We're gonna leave all that stuff alone right now. But ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, it's much, let's just say, grief as that gave that lady. She's talented. She's honed her craft. She's honed it a great deal. Honed it enough so she can get the bag. So Tasha and Cardi are going to be connected as long as there is an outstanding bill that hasn't been paid. And if I was Tasha, I'm like, let's accelerate this. Get her out the way. Get her out the way, because you know what? You can do a whole lot more when you don't have that monkey on your back, so to speak. And listen, don't run with that. You know what I'm talking about. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, shout out again to Tasha K. You know, you rolled this out. This is how many, ladies and gentlemen, how many years have we been dealing with this? This is like since 2018, like 2018, right? 2018. This is a long time. This is and I'm gonna tell you something else. Bankruptcies, when someone owes you, they can stretch this out for a long time. But in the end, she's trying to get it paid. And I feel confident that Tasha K is going to do it. I feel confident that she's going to do it. But she needs to keep smart people around her so she won't step in no crap. Don't be like the person who places a bet on the most popular rapper's social media page and try to weasel out. Don't be that person. Don't make foolish moves like that. But congratulations to Cardi B and Tasha K for finally resolving this. I mean, it's a good day. It's a good day. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go check on 50 and see if he got that money from you-know-who. Before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see if there's any comments in. First of all, make sure you are liking. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you are subscribing, because I have another update on another important story. But I need you guys to make sure you're supporting the page. Okay, so for those who are joining in, you're going to have to listen. I'm not going to repeat myself. You're going to have to look at the video. I see the questions that you're asking, but we covered that already. There's a 5-year plan in place for Cardi B to get her money. That's what the gist of this is about. And Tasha K, she was very, let's just say, appreciative of this resolve. She was appreciative. The judge let her know this plan doesn't have to go forward if Cardi doesn't want to go forward. And Cardi sat back. She thought about it. She listened to the people that give her the great advice. And this was the best plan for her. And that's what it is. That's what it is. So when you're over there being mean-spirited with Cardi because of whatever reason, remember, she controlled the outcome of this. Show her some grace. And show Tasha some grace for coming to her senses and wanting to have this resolved. So show them both some grace. That's all. And if you want an update on something that you think is not actually factual on the story, come to me. I got people. Come to me. The paperwork hasn't even dried yet. The judge's signature hasn't dried yet, but the filing will be available shortly. I'll just say that. Let's see here. Who's checking in? I see a lot of you checking in over here. Okay, hold on. Stand by. Let's see who I got over here. Okay. All right. And I see the comments, and I get it, but at some point, ladies and gentlemen, this train wreck has to stop. So they had to figure out a way to get this over with. Like I said, Cardi has an album coming out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And Tasha has shows to do. She's getting the bag. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Tasha can't get in the bag now. Let's just listen. This is the best. This is the best way out. This is the best way out. And I would just say this: bankruptcies are expensive. It's expensive. It's very expensive for both sides. Very expensive, and not everyone's going to go that route to litigate. But I think 50 Cent will. Moving on. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk about this on this live. So, last week, while covering this trial in Los Angeles involving Mr. Myers, ASAP Rocky, my colleague, Megan Cuniff, thought it was smart to place a wager on the outcome of this case publicly. And that's a key word, publicly. Why do I say publicly? There's a difference between betting in private and then betting publicly. You can't sway anyone's opinion if you bet in private. But once you jump in one of the most popular rappers' comment section and say you take a bet, remember, a bet is a contract. There's an offer and there's acceptance. 50 Cent made the offer and Megan Cuniff accepted. And had the tables been turned and 50 would have lost the bet, don't think Megan Cuniff wouldn't have tried every trick in the book to try to get some of her money or all her money, because that's just the nature of how this goes when you place a bet. You can't welch on a bet. And where I come from, and I want to scare you, young people. I don't want to scare you. I've seen people get hurt in a dice game for less or a card game for less. And this is real. That's why you don't bet if you don't got the bread to back it. I don't care if it's $1 or $100,000. You just don't bet. And you don't make light of it because people take it serious. People have lost their lives for placing bets. This is just real. People have literally lost their lives for placing bets. You don't believe what I'm talking about. The person in the White House right now owned a casino in Atlantic City. You don't come in a casino and place a bet and think you're not going to pay if you lose. It just doesn't happen that way. And why is this significant? First of all, this is Black History Month. And you have a listen, I gotta address the elephant in the room. This is a non-Black reporter reporting on a story involving an African American, involving another African American victim. And it's insulting, to say the least, that any reporter would be placing a bet on the outcome of a case that is involving someone that has the presumption of innocence publicly. She read the tea leaves all wrong. She had it all wrong. She even injected things that didn't happen. And I wasn't seeing this in the Tory Lanez case so much because I'm doing what I do. But the minute she crossed the line of placing a bet publicly, it sent a different message for a lot of people. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I never knew of her work since anything she's done since the Tory Lanez case. And she hadn't even... we'll just say I knew nothing of her before the Tory Lanez case. I knew of the two YouTubers, content creators that was involved in the Tory Lanez case. Milagograms and Amon Wiggins, because actually Amon sat next to me in the trial of Tory Lanez. But my point is, if you're covering the story, just talk about the story. But now I'm gonna tell you, in 30 plus years, I don't know if any reporter has ever placed a public wager on the outcome of a trial. I don't recall it ever happening. And I've covered some big trials. So for me, it's personal because this is my profession as well as it's her profession. And if reporters are now going in the courtroom and they're doing public postings of a case, you want to know that they are objectively covering the story. But once you jump out there and start putting a wager on the outcome, a jury's not sequestered. This jury wasn't sequestered, meaning they weren't placed up in a hotel waiting for, we're waiting for them to come out the hotel room with a jury room with, not hotel room, but the jury box with a verdict. They had the privilege of going back and forth. When they left the courthouse without a verdict, in this case, it didn't happen. They came back in 3 hours. But if you start doing an analysis on some of the tweets that went out from her, it makes you wonder, was she actually being fair to all parties in the reporting? Was she actually being fair? So someone say, hey, well, she was just joking. Who jokes about that? Who plays about their paper? I know Curtis doesn't play about his paper. Who plays about that? We're not kids here. We're not kids. If I bet you $100 and I lose, you get your $100. If I bet you $1,000, you lose, I lose, you get your $1,000. And I expect the same way. So no. Well, I doubt very seriously she has the money, but it's the principle. It's a principle. Now has she ever placed a bet on cases that are involving non-blacks? I haven't seen it. I did much research. I haven't seen it. So now it's not even an acceptable practice. So why was it acceptable in this instance? Of course, I have my opinions about different things that I spoke about. I said, well, the prop gun defense I felt it wasn't the best defense. That's far different than saying, that what the outcome is going to be. And then you make a video. So it's still a contract. It's still a contract. And you still, in my opinion, owe the man. How you resolve that, that's up to Mr. Jackson and those who are trying to eat off that. The bet was $500,000, ladies and gentlemen. The bet was $500,000. Initially, I thought it was $50,000. I'm like, okay, so she bet $50,000. Okay, she can work that off. How's it worked out? I don't know, but $500,000, man. It was $500,000. You do know people don't play about their money. Yes. Yeah, she cried in court. Yeah, Tasha cried. She cried. She was crying because Cardi accepted the plan. She didn't have to. And so the judge left it up to Cardi. It's up to Cardi. You don't want to accept this? All right. Then the alternative would not have been good. So it worked out for everybody. I hope never to have to report on this story again. And it came out the best way. Both win. Well, hopefully both win. We'll see. Yes, Cardi B gave Tasha K, showed Tasha K some grace. But and I listen, let me say something. And this is kind of where I feel about this. Tasha didn't know that the judgment, she didn't know that she was going to lose this by such a big number because the jurors had to decide what the amounts were. No one, listen, imagine you waking up one morning with a debt on your head of $5 million, $4 million, $3 million, or in Megan Kuna's case, $500,000 because Megan Kuna bet $500,000. She bet $500,000 just out of nowhere. I'm gonna bet you $500,000 that he's going to be found guilty. So just imagine you waking up to something like that. You got to figure out how to get out of that. You got to figure a way out. And this was the best outcome for Tasha and Cardi. Cardi just had to spend more money to, if it may just, like right now it's, I want to say more, but the paperwork hasn't dried yet. We'll just wait for the paperwork to dry. But in both, listen, there are some people that don't even get an opportunity in a settlement to see all their money. So like they have these lotteries. And I think in my entire ladies and gentlemen, in my entire life, I may only participate in 2 lotteries in my life. I bought a ticket, well, maybe 3 scratch offs, but I'm not that guy that will bet large monies on anything. I'm not that guy. There are a lot of people that make great money doing it, and there are a lot of people that lose great money. I was in Vegas many, many years ago, traveling down Vegas Boulevard, and there was a pawn shop on Vegas Boulevard. Anyone that's from Vegas, you know what I'm talking about. But you have a bunch of homeless people outside the pawn shop. They didn't come into Vegas impoverished, but because of their gambling habits, they ended up stuck in Vegas. So, no, I'm not that guy. Well, I don't know. It's gambling. It's some people say it knows an investment, but cryptocurrency. I've invested in cryptocurrency. I did well in cryptocurrency. Sometimes I took a hit, like I won't tell you which one, but some you just got to stay away from. Some of them are just, I think they're just scams. But that's a form of gambling. But you only bet what you can afford to lose. You don't bet more than you can afford to lose. That's the rule. You only bet what you can afford to lose. You don't bet more than that. And it's the same thing with a bankruptcy. You don't go to trial if you don't believe that you're going to have a favorable outcome. But you got to have the right people around you giving you the right advice to let you know that, hey, this may not work in your favor. But that's the things you tell someone that they're about to jump out the window. And trust me, Tasha K was kind of warned about the outcome. She was warned, but she gambled. Now, some would say she gambled. It worked because she was able to elevate her presence in media. And people, have short-term memories. They'll probably forget what it took for her to get to that point, because the president now had several bankruptcies, but he's the president, so it's not the end of the world. Her tactics were very unorthodox, but in the end, she's able to, because you have to spend. Just think about this. The money that Tasha would have to spend to get media attention, this type of media attention, it would be millions of dollars. This case has given her so much free press, she couldn't pay for that. But that's not going to work with everybody. But she's the one that pulled it on the line. She got millions of dollars worth of free press because of this case against this case with Cardi B. Now it's time for her to pay up. You won't pay what you would have had to pay paying for this press, but you use Cardi to get press. Press. Cardi don't need no press. So that's why it kind of, and I'm not going to say I'm going to take my hat off to Tasha K, because Tasha K, boy, let me tell you something. Tasha K was, oh my God, man, whew. I don't think many people will come back and be able to do what she did in this whole scenario. I don't think many people will do that. Many people wouldn't even be able to withstand the legal battle that occurred. They won't be able to withstand this. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of people don't make it through the whole court system. They will get to a certain point and say, "Nah, I'm settling. I'm settling civilly, and I'm taking a plea in criminal cases." Well, they're not going to go the distance. Tasha went the distance. She went the distance, and Cardi went the distance. How many celebrities do you guys know of that has went as far as Cardi did in a civil case? That actually went the distance. You can count that on one hand. People talk about, I'm a sue. That's a nice, everyone talk, they want to sue, but how far do you get? I'm talking about little, the little peanuts. We're talking about big money. We're talking about big money. Not many people are going to go the distance. Cardi actually has given other celebrities the power to sue. She's done that by way of going after a content creator. Was it the best decision? For her, it was. Would I have preferred her taking a different course? That was a conversation. But one thing's for certain, two things for sure. Others coming behind is not going to go the distance. We saw what Kevin Hart tried to do, but Kevin, come on, Kevin. Your situation wasn't Cardi B's situation. You know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. I got nothing but love for you, Kevin. But that one wasn't going nowhere. That case wasn't going nowhere. I get it. What people got to realize is what I had to learn myself the hard way. Tasha K, at that point, she didn't really give a damn. The money was coming in. I'm telling you, the money was coming in. It was pouring in. She was monetizing those lies. They were coming in heavy. And others tried it afterwards. And we ain't gonna talk about the other lawsuit coming down the pipeline, but they tried it. Because while they gave Tasha K hell as well in their reporting, they're trying it now. Let's say the most outrageous thing and see what sticks. And let's just shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to the whole. Y'all really came for that man. Y'all came for Jay-Z. Y'all really came for Jay-Z. Yeah, I see people after this case has been resolved in this allegations, this NSA allegations. Y'all still saying he paid him. No, he didn't pay that man. He didn't pay that man a dime. That man jumped out. The 1-800 lawyer jumped out there. He jumped out there foolishly. He jumped out there. Jay-Z paid that man dust. He didn't sell with him. It didn't happen. And you guys were, now I say you guys, I'm saying some of you content creators were just doing the most. And why I can't tell you why Tony backed up, I would just say he backed the hell up. He knew that the proof was out there after the fact. But he should have known it as a lawyer, officer of the court that did its due diligence and realized that case was bogus. Doing press conferences, you gave me Michael Avenatti when I saw the press conference. I said, what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing? I was back there. What are you doing? That never happened. Now, who the heck got through my phone? I have a do not disturb on. Hold on a second here. Hold on. Hold on. This is important. Okay, guys, stand by. Okay, hold on. This is important. Hold on, guys. This is important. This is media related. I can tell you that. Oh my God. We are in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Mm. Mm. Okay, so in closing, the judge he praised Cardi's attorneys for doing such a great job. He praised her attorneys for doing such a great job. Oh, by the way, while Shakna didn't show up to court, his attorney showed up. So let me say this also: that if you guys recall, there was a $400,000 judgment against Kiwi Studios, as well as the Tasha K's amount. So all that is in this package. Everything's been resolved in this package. So Kiwi Studios is good as well, as long as they stick to this plan. So everything's resolved right now, as long as they don't, they don't slip up. Hold on, guys. Yes. Appreciate you guys. I really do. I had to read some documents. I got to read something. Listen, make sure you turn your notifications on because I may have to go back live shortly. But make sure you guys are on YouTube. Make sure those who are watching right now, I tend to go live on certain platforms. I don't go across all platforms. So make sure you follow me at Mr. Dennis Byron on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, just go ahead and YouTube and subscribe right now and make sure you follow me. Sometimes I don't go live on Twitter, but I went live on Twitter now because this is a breaking news story. And sometimes you don't get it right away if I do it on YouTube, but go on YouTube as well. I appreciate everyone. I got to go to read these documents. Just came in hot off the press, and I can't read it in real time. I got to make sure I can talk about it right now. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. I really do. I'll see you guys on the next live. Until then, we're out.